Hey guys, it's Mickey. I'm really casual today and I'm wearing my potato head because I love potatoes. For people that follow me, I love my bananas and my potatoes. And of course, I'm freezing cold because I'm drinking my smoothie, which is my chocolate smoothie. And I usually jam about, I don't know, like 5 or 6 different bananas, or not different bananas, but 5 or 6 bananas in it. So I love potatoes and bananas. They're some of the most healing foods that you can ever eat. So the more you can eat, the better. So I just want to let you guys know that. And it's better if potatoes aren't fried. Sorry. But anyway, I was just reading through some of the comments in my last few videos, and a lot of you are asking about 107 and why he's kind of dancing around some of the issues, such as extra terrain eels, extraterrestrials, as well as some of his comments about warlocks and numbers, etc. And I just wanted to just kind of touch on some of that, because I think it's really, you guys are asking some really, really important and good questions. You know, I am a fan of Negative48's work, but what Juan is saying is that you can kind of come up with any storyline that you want around numbers if you don't have an exact cipher. We are at war. We know that the White Hats are using communications, and that Trump often sends messages within messages in his tweets, and he also uses gematria. But unless we have the exact translation, we can kind of create something out of nothing. And so I do appreciate Negative48's work, but at the same time, you know, I use it as just one more tool to further validate that we have won this war and that we are in complete control. And I feel like the stars prove that, and the Bible proves it. And, you know, so another thing with Negative48 is that, you know, he's never ever lied about being Michael Brian Protzman on his channel, and in everything that he does. You know, he tells us about his life as Michael. He's not Junior. I have met him personally. He's not Junior. He even joked, he's like, see, no mask. So, you know, he's a very nice guy. He owns a demolition company, and, you know, he's married. His wife's name is Crystal, and he tells us stories about that all the time on his channel. So if you want to get to know him, I you know, encourage you to join Negative48's channel and, you know, see for yourself. But I'm sorry, I know everyone's just waiting with bated breath to meet Junior. But nonetheless, coming back to 107, you know, guys, if I knew I'd be having this conversation 2 years ago, you know, I'd have told you you're crazy. But the Earth, I can't say if it's flat or round, but it is definitely not the size that they propose, and it is definitely not hurling through space at 1,000 miles an hour. Okay, if it was, you'd be able to go up really high in a hot air balloon for 12 hours and then come down and be on the other half of the Earth. Okay, it's just not. It's not the size that they're saying. It could be round, but it's just much bigger than we know. And so when you think of extra terrain, you may think of extra terrestrials or extraterrestrials, and those are maybe people we haven't met before. Maybe there are, you know, maybe they have intelligence that we just are not familiar with. So I think with Juan, misinformation and misdirection is very important, because we are at war, guys. I mean, we're at war, and it isn't going to be over until it's over. And Trump made it very clear that he will never ever disclose their plans to the enemy. And that's important for us to remember. I mean, I know we all want this validation, but get over it. We don't need validation. We won. We all know in our hearts that we won. So go into go into prayer, go into your visualizations, see for yourself, if you want to, that, you know, there's divine intervention, that for the first time in history, we are saving the children. If they were to come out with Sound of Freedom overnight, well, in a sense, Tim Ballard is sharing his tactics. You know, he's sharing how we're coming after them. And we don't want the collective to know everything just yet. Also, the movie industry is blocking the film. So we have to be conscious that this is what true healing is. This is what it looks like. Everything has to come to the surface in layers, and it all has to move out at a speed at which the collective can take and can handle, right? So that's why, just as a general feedback, I feel so honored and so grateful to have had a private viewing of that movie, Sound of Freedom. It was just so perfectly done. It was exactly what the collective consciousness needs right now to not only learn about this situation, but to learn how Tim is solving the problem, and to learn, you know, that there's hope and that we can all make a difference if we just become aware and conscious, and if we make it part of our mission collectively to save and protect the young and the innocent and the beautiful, you know, the beautiful angels and the souls that are so pure in this world. And so like I said, I feel like Jim Caviezel was just, I mean, it was his best performance ever, even beyond the Passion of the Christ, because he's doing Jesus's work. He's not just telling Jesus's story, he's doing his work, and his work was telling the truth, right? I mean, he was the way, he was the truth, he was the word. And so, you know, I really encourage you guys to just take a deep breath and collect yourselves and really use your spirituality and your faith to help us move this through. Misinformation is necessary. Start to see the stories within stories. Start to look at some of the glory in what Juan was saying. I mean, first of all, he brought us into his home. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, he showed us his books and his trinkets and his treasures. And there's so much information in that, you know, there's so much intention, and there's nothing that's a coincidence. Even if it wasn't planned, nothing is coincidence. The words he uses, the references he makes, just start to see the unseen, you know, start to go into that ethereal realm, because ether is real. It is the energy that binds us. You know, like, you know that we won. So just go into that faith, into that belief, because it is having faith in not only the military, and not only, you know, the change and the fact that Trump is literally the emperor of the world right now. He got every country to capitulate. Now it's about drawing out the enemy and making sure we only capture those who are guilty, and that we give them a choice, one final choice to choose their destiny. And everyone has free will, and everyone has the right to one final choice. And that's why this is taking so long. I mean, I can't believe how many people fell for the trap during the election, but so many people committed treason. So many people were part of that election fraud, and they should all be captured, and that takes time. I do think Juan also said the tipping point is coming. It's coming really soon. He's never said that before, guys. So anyway, tonight I'm going to be interviewing Liz Bliss directly. She is one of my favorite people on this planet Earth. Honestly, she has so much knowledge, and she is so modest and so giving with her knowledge. So stay tuned for tonight. I will post that as soon as it's made available. Anyway, just want to say I love you guys. I so appreciate you, and I appreciate your comments. Keep them coming. All right, y'all. Talk soon.